Howdy y'all and welcome back. Before I jump into this video, I want to take a second and thank all of the channel supporters, Patreon supporters, people who have kicked down through Buy Me a Coffee, anybody who has sent anything through the mail. Thank you so much. This is truly a community effort and I cannot do it without you. So thank you. We're almost to viability, y'all. I think probably by midsummer, hopefully, I'll be able to pay the bills, do the channel, and make it all, and stop pulling out of savings, and it'll all start coming together. So thank you so much. All right. Wanted to take a minute and do a special dedicated video to my personal preference of iron sights, and that is fiber optic front, blackout rear. I wish there was a shorthand way of saying that. This, for some reason, it's one of those things. In our gun forums, things will come in waves, and this has been coming up over and over again. What kind of sights should I put on my handgun? Obviously, we're leaving the whole red dot discussion over to the side here. So we're talking about folks who want iron sights, old-timey, antiquated stuff, right? But a better version. Depending on what you may have, those plastic Glock sights, stop defending those, y'all. Quit defending the cheap, crummy Glock sights. It's not about the sight picture. It's that they are cheap, plastic, and they fall out on people. Get online, Google around. This is a thing. This has been a thing for like 40 years. It's just... Okay. So, fiber optic front, blackout rear. Why? This will be somewhat of a subjective thing, and I get that. I totally get that if you have your favorite setup, that's cool. I'm not trying to convince you to change. I am simply giving you my favorite. So back off. All right. I'm not trying to get you all butthurt about if you like the big dot XS sights or whatever. Awesome. If they're working for you, I'm not trying to change your mind. This is mostly a comparison between old-timey 3-dot combat sights, the big blocky chunky kind that come on guns like SIG and M&P and a whole bunch of others. CZ 3-dot sights, but they're skinny. I hate those for a different reason, but... So, 3-dot sights versus something like a Dawson Charger, where you've got a much narrower fiber optic front on the front, blacked out rear. Let's take a closer look. I have taken the liberty of removing the slides from these guns so that I will not have to point them at myself and make you all cringe. All right, y'all, let's get into it. All right, y'all, we got the Glock 19 with the Dawson Precision Chargers on the left here. We've got the SIG with SIG night sights. These are great quality sights. I'm not knocking them a bit. But even just glancing like that, which one of these two setups brings your eyes automatically to the front sight? And that should be kind of a no-brainer, right? Front sight is where we want our focus. If I can kind of line them up. For my eyes, these dots on the back, the white outlined dots on the back, absolutely, my eyes see this, which pulls away from focusing on the front sight where they want to be focusing. I mean, like, it's not even a close comparison. Okay, but also, let's look at the width. Now, the dot size isn't so much what I'm referring to. You've got a little bit larger. If you include the tritium and the white outline, you have a larger dot over here versus the green that you see like so. What I'm referring to is the housing. So you've got this big old block versus a much narrower, if I can stay in focus here, much narrower housing right here. Now let's compare the notches on the rear. And you can see It's very, very subtle. See if I can match up and get it really close. Okay, that seems to be showing. There we go. I mean, it's like not even a millimeter, like almost about a millimeter narrower on this sight than this one. So your daylight on either side of the front notch is about the same on both. If I can get them up really close here. And that seems to be showing, and I've got the front sight in focus there on the SIG. You can see, and we lost it. And the daylight. Come on, catch that front sight, or not. Okay, well, you'll have to take my word for it. The daylight on the outside, as you're looking through the rear notch, the daylight is about the same on both sets of sights. But because you're looking through a narrower rear notch and a narrower front sight, these allow you to get a more precise sight picture versus using the much blockier front and blockier rear, or wider rear, of the traditional 3-dot sights. So I have a whole video dedicated to why night sights are kind of a waste. I do understand that they do serve a purpose. That video, the title of that video is sort of tongue-in-cheek, because you should have white light, or a handheld white light, on your home defense gun for night operations. So this idea that I'm just going to have night sights on my gun and that's going to help me shoot the bad guy in the middle of the night, that's antiquated. That's old-timey. We don't do that anymore. We put a white light on our gun, and as soon as you turn that light on, the tritium vials disappear, or mostly disappear. They become sort of irrelevant because the silhouette from this set of sights is going to look pretty much exactly the same as this one, except it's going to be a more precise version. Tighter front sight is going to give you a tighter shot group. There's a reason that competitive shooters, use this setup. Are they as durable and robust as your old-timey 3-dot sights? That is debatable. Yes, the fiber optic rod can come out of these, and guess what happens when it does? You just look right through and you keep on shooting. You still have a functional sight picture even though there's no rod in there. It's kind of like a Mosin Nagant front sight. You just look right through it. Same, everything else is the same. It still applies. And one other note, I prefer the green. Some people's eyes pick up red better. Another great thing about these sights is they give you the option. You can try out the red, you can try out the green, see which one works better for you, because everybody's eyes are a little different. Versus you get white with green tritium. So they are what they are. All right. I hope that helps explain it. I forgive the camera coming in and out of focus. I'm doing the best I can here. Limited technology that I have. All right, so I tried doing one other comparison and moved a car out of the driveway, put the garage door down, hung a target, measured out 21 feet, 7 yards. I tried to do kind of a side-by-side comparison, and the neighborhood noise, wow. Camera was totally not cooperating. So I basically scrapped all of that video. And what I have done for you is a couple of screenshots from the video and then collaged them up to do a side-by-side. So I'm gripping the pistol. I've got the camera and a tripod in between myself, so I couldn't quite get my arms out as far as I would have liked to have shown you. I really need the camera like right here. But I did the best I could to kind of show it's an overcast day. Not real sunshiny. Try to show you the difference in the two sight pictures. and about as much focus on the front sight. This camera wants to pick up the rear sights kind of naturally, so I have to really sit there and mess with them to try to get those front sights to come in focus. But let's take a look at that. All right, so it is what it is. Again, this is my personal preference, and this is what I encourage other people to at least try out. There's a reason when you buy a $1,500 Terran Combat Masterpiece, it comes with fiber optic front, blacked out rear. There's, and like I said, these are the sights of choice for competitive shooters, like really by like a wide margin. They are faster. They are more precise. They will help you make better shot groups. Give them a try. Another big upside, they are less expensive than a lot of other brands of sights out there. Like about half of what I paid for the Trijicon HDs that I used to have on my Smith & Wesson M&P, which the little Dayglow ring flipped out of one day, and then I was basically left with like the worst sights ever. So, and that little ring, I mean, it was gone, baby, gone. It went downrange, and I never did find the damn thing. So that was annoying. Those were like $140 set of sights that were rendered basically junk. So, look, I've put a lot of different sights, a lot of configurations on a lot of guns. This is the one I keep coming back to. Like this, there's a reason. So that's why. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for watching. I know this kind of dragged a little bit, but it's hard to make a camera do what our eyes do. And I'm trying to convey this through video, so it got a little wordy. And anyway, thanks for watching, y'all. Until next time, be easy.